Hello everyone, DEFEKT here, and this is the cast on crit Volatile Dead Assassin. This is by far one of the strongest builds I've ever done. It combines great clear speed with incredible single target damage, which easily takes on every aspect of the game. While having some of the highest DPS output I've ever experienced, it's also fairly tanky. At level 96 I'm sitting at just above 7k health, 51% dodge, 30% spell dodge with a great amount of instant leech from both cyclone and spell hits. The build is using a multi-modded shaped exquisite blade, with the socketed gems are supported by level 20 cast on critical strike support prefix. As you can probably tell from the previous clips, the chance to deal double damage mod is by no means necessary. There are two active skill gems in the sword, which is Desecrate and Volatile Dead. Desecrate spawns 5 corpses on the ground every time it's triggered. These corpses are then exploded by the Volatile Dead skill gem, which deals a fair amount of initial explosion damage. However, the big damage comes from the Volatile Orbs, which is created upon explosion. These orbs seek out enemies and deals damage in a larger area upon impact, resulting in millions of DPS. As for support gems in the sword, I'm using Combustion, Inspiration and Concentrated Effect. As for helmet, I'm using an evasion base crafted with Pristine, Scorched and Bound fossils. The helmet enchant makes Volatile Dead consume an additional corpse, resulting in a total of 4 orbs every time the skill is triggered. The 5% reduced mana reserved from the Bound fossil allows us to run Herald of Ash on top of the other desired auras for even more damage. This mod is by no means necessary and can be skipped by using a different anointment on your amulet, which I will explain later on. Since our main setup is in the sword, I've chosen to go with the Calm's Heart body armor. It's a really strong unique for this build, considering the crazy amount of life it provides. On top of that, it has increased fire damage, which also buffs the damage of the build. The build is also using a shaped ring with the Assassin's Mark on hit mod, but this is by no means necessary as we get free power charges from our ascendancies. Apart from those items, the rest of the gear is all rare items with high life, resistances and damage mods. As for jewels, you'd preferably want some with maximum life, critical strike multiplier and attack speed. The build is also running a really nifty and often underrated Watcher's Eye, which provides life on hit while affected by vitality. This mod is really strong for cast on crit builds, as the life on hit counts for both cyclone hits and spell hits, which is a ton of instant life leech in large packs of mobs. It's also really strong for delving. This brings us to the auras of the build. I went with Celerity, Vitality and Herald of Ash, supported by a level 4 Enlighten. The level 4 Enlighten is needed if you want to run Herald of Ash, but again this is by no means necessary for the build to work. If you have a level 4 Enlighten for the setup, but lacking the previously mentioned 5% reduced mana reserved mod on your helmet, you can simply anoint the Sovereignty node on your amulet, which gives 6% reduced mana reserved. Since I was fortunate enough to hit the mod while crafting my helmet, I chose to anoint Arcane Potency for pure damage output. I'm also running a level 1 Precision Aura, but this is mainly to get the extra critical strike multiplier from my Watcher's Eye. This is completely optional as well. In regards to ascendancies, I suggest you pick the following: Opportunistic, Unstable Infusion, Deadly Infusion, and lastly, Mistwalker. As for Pantheon choices, I went with Soul of Lunaris for my major Pantheon. The additional movement speed it provides in large packs feels amazing for Cyclone. For your minor Pantheon, feel free to pick whatever you prefer. I chose to go with Soul of Gurakan. In regards to Bandits, either help Alira or kill all. I suggest you help Alira as she gives you a fair amount of damage and resistances. Alright guys, that's all for this time. I truly hope you enjoyed this guide, and if you have any questions, feel very free to ask in the comments or write me in-game at DEFEKT. For a closer look at gear, passives, skill gems and everything in between, please see the Path of Building pastebin in the description. If you'd like to see more build guides like this, feel very free to hit that subscribe button. I will now leave you with a full clip of the 2-player health Uber Elder kill. Until next time, have a good one.